How's there already one person here? What are you doing, one person? Not one more inch. Shalom. It's just you and me, brother. It's just you and me. It's just the two of us. We're just hanging out. Having a good time. Hey, Carrie's here. Shalom. Tony John makes 3. 7. Don't you put your jelly face on the internet? This is a facial scrub? Is that what this is? Face mask. 20 people have seen your jelly face.
I thought that said 3.
Negative.
Okay.
26 people. Stay survived. Howdy. Sheepdog. Susan.
Okay.
Shalom.
I'll be back.
Yeah, go be a freaking teenager somewhere.
Okay, bye.
Okay, good talk. Jason, copy, thank you. New England Lyle. Jellyface. Warface. Shalom, man, bro. Chris, I'm in trouble? Yeah. I don't think it's me that's in trouble. Okie, shalom, brother. Michael, Jeff, PJ, Amy, Blaine. Richard Wells, shalom. Copy. A quick prayer for her would be, I'm leaving her name out this time. Here we go. Father Yah, we lift up my brother Richard and his family member to you who is in need of your intercession. Father, you are the great healer, and I pray that you would just put your hand on these people, that they would feel your presence, that they would feel the comfort of your Ruach HaKodesh, that you would knit flesh and bone back together and guide the hands of the medical professionals and all the staff that is involved. Father, and above all things, let your will be made manifest in the lives of these people. And ask these things in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Bless you, brother. Bless you. Howdy, everybody. Michael, shalom. Ron, chasing life. Shalom, sister. Brother, bless you. Hey, anything you need, man, you got my number. Stay in touch. Lone Star. Oso, Ramon. Tank, Julie. Homestead. Man, they go by so fast. What do you want to talk about? Eastern Iowa here. Bwen, Black Sheep. Yehodadek, shalom, brother. Hey, there's good wisdom over at Yehodadek Maccabeus at his channel. If you like some nuggets, there's some nuggets over there. I'd recommend checking them out. Just putting that out there. Winter weather has come to Oklahoma. See, you're in a different part of OK than I am, so we haven't gotten it yet, but man, the temperature is dropping. Wu-Tang fever. 2 days ago, it was 75 degrees and I was sweating. Biddy boo, shalom. Brother, thank you for everything. But Bear the Virus is creating zombified reptilian dogs. Asymmetrical Preparedness, another fantastic channel if you're not watching that one. I don't know who you are, man. I just don't know who you are. PJD, shalom, Paula Joe. Thank you guys for being here. Enlightened, I got you, brother. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. What are we drinking tonight? We are drinking Scissortail, 90 proof whiskey, bourbon whiskey, made in Oklahoma, and this comes from Moore, Oklahoma. It's pretty good. I've had this bottle for a couple of months. I like it. I like it on the rocks. So, Kydex whiskey holster. Maker's Mark. I'm down with some Maker's Mark. 50 degrees in Massachusetts today. It's all that global warming, guys. Mom, 50 degrees in Massachusetts today. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Rough Rider, shalom. Just purchased 1,000 rounds, 9mm and 223, 300. Good job, brother. Knob Creek is delicious. Keith Kronk, shalom, brother. The C4, I'm also in Eastern Iowa. IPA and making an axe handle, nice. Arizona and freezing. Vicky Fulkerson, shalom, sister. Oh, Biddy Boo, yeah. He's outside working right now.
He's in the hallways.
Is he?
Yeah. Sam, come.
I can't whistle right now.
Come here.
Keeping it real. Shalom.
Come here. Your own mama wants to see you.
Come here, doggo.
Come on.
Come here. No, not down on the floor. There you go.
Yes. He's a good boy. Say hello. Say hello. Yes. Yes.
Little tiny thing, that 110-pound rocket.
Good boy.
CB, shalom. Yeah, he's a good dog. Need to talk to you about using him for a stud for my girl. Okay. Bust them thumbs out. Shoot me an email or a Kimmy Pfeiffer, shalom. Shoot me an email or a text or whatever. 3 to 5 inches of snow possibility in Abilene, Texas tonight. Wow. Tony John copy. SoCo and Crown. That's okay. SoCo, I've had bad experiences with Southern Comfort though. One of my younger sisters likes Southern Comfort, and it seems like whenever I'm drinking Southern Comfort, some kind of like redneckery ends up happening. There's some kind of like the last time I drank Southern Comfort was in West Virginia on a power construction job, and we were at a bar on a paved road, and somebody said, "Hey man, let's go back to the," I think they called it the golf course. They're like, "Hey man, let's go to the golf course." And I'm like, "All right, let's go to the golf course." Well, the golf course was like a 35-minute drive off-road in four-wheel drive on dirt roads through the woods to a single-wide trailer in the woods that was powered by a generator, and they'd gutted the inside and put pool tables and little booths in there, and it was a bar. And the guy I was with was in the Air Force, and he was drunk, and there were a couple of Marines playing pool, and the two of them got into it, or one of the Marines and the Air Force guy got into it, and literally the next thing I know, a cut-off side-by-side shotgun comes out from behind the bar, and we're the new guys from, yeah, I did build T-line, man, all over the place, 1,500 plus miles of it. And they're like, you could hear a pin drop. And I was like, all right, guys, can't we all just get along? And like slowly the shotgun went away, and the two Marines put down their pool cue, and my Air Force buddy quit running his mouth, and I think we all pounded a Coors Light. And I was like, we gotta go now. Now, because his name was Dan, my buddy Dan from Florida. I was like, Dan, you're gonna get us all killed. And he was from Florida, but originally from Pennsylvania, and his Pennsylvania was coming out in West Virginia. And that was the last time I drank Southern Comfort. And like, there's literally always some kind of redneckery going on when I see SoCo. So, but you do you, brother. You do you. Cameron Davis, shalom. Wild turkey is not just a brand, it's a destination. It's always a dance. Shalom, Aaron Martin. SoCo makes me mean. I think it's the sugar, man. You know, for a while when I was doing the drum stuff, Corey, the Bear family is great. Thank you. When I was playing drums, for a while, we had a partnership with Jägermeister, and they can't give you alcohol. That's like breaks all kinds of laws, but they can tell the distributor how much you can pay for alcohol. So for a while, we were getting magnums of Jägermeister for like $11. So, yeah. And Jaeger is one of those things where it's like, we might as well just start fighting now if we're going to drink Jaeger. So, anyway. What else would we... Double tapping hillbilly, shalom, brother. What else do we want to talk about? JD, bless you, man. I love Maker's Mark. It's good stuff. Belay is good. Johnny Walker Blue, delicious. I like Johnny Walker Black. I don't quite have the budget for blue, but I'll take some Johnny Walker Red if I can get it. Greetings, Bear from Tennessee. Shalom. Blanton's. This is not an imposter. The last time I tasted this bottle was Sukkot 2019. I had a brother and client and friend, pick your description, send me this. Yeah. And I shared a glass with my pastor and put it back on the shelf. That stuff is delicious. Gonzalo, shalom. Shalomo. How do we Espanol in the Hebrew? So, do you like Jack Daniels? I like Gentleman Jack. If I'm going to just drink Jack, I'd rather have Jim Beam than Jack. So, yeah, okay, amen. Free spirit, shalom, sister. Shay Brown and Copy. Got a bottle for my birthday at Blanton's. That's awesome. Absack. Oh, Asbach, my bad. German brandy. Never had it. Yeah, I was a handle of Jim Beam guy for a while. Shalom, Paul. Praise the Father, I'm not anymore. Don't forget to Tide Pods in case of emergency. You know, Bam City, listen, I like to smoke Tide Pods. That's my favorite way of using Tide Pods. Horgarth. You sound like the bassist in a black metal band. That's a good name. And on bass, Horgarth. You have to make this face, though.
I think there's only one.
Tony Zaff, shalom. Anyway, so, was Russian Bear. Copy. Norse. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's get tactical. What do y'all want to know? Hit me with the questions. Not 1 more inch. You're doing it wrong, man.
I'm clean.
Oh, you did it. You don't have any more jelly on your face. Good job.
Nope.
My stored grain is for making liquid bread. Amen. New to becoming prepared, have a few guns, live in Nashville, acquired land. How would you store your goods and ammo? I just shot a Patreon video about this, and I've talked about it before, but I will hit it again pretty quick for you. The only thing that you really need to be concerned about being in ambient temperature is your constituted goods, stuff that's in metal cans and jars. Anything that has low or no moisture content, your bucketed grain. Zell Bieberly, bless you. Thank you. I'm sorry that I'm a believer. I am a believer, Zell. Thank you. No, it's all good. No need to apologize. So anything that has a high water content needs to be climate controlled. 300 Win Mag, we'll come to that in a minute. Anything that's dry, like your grains, freeze-dried goods, stuff like that, down to 0 degrees, maybe lower, no problem, up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, no problem, and you're good to go. Same thing with ammo. Keep it dry. The temperature matters not so much until you get above about 120 degrees. Keep it dry. Medical preps, same thing. Ambient temperature, keep it dry. And so this could be a shed, a barn, a crawl space, a basement, wherever. Thoughts on Vortex as a scope brand? I love Vortex. I have 2 Vortex scopes. My brother Oki Storm Chaser got one on my recommendation, but he had an issue with it. So, you know, take that for what it is. 308 Winnie or 7.62 by 51 NATO. Get 301 Winchester because you can run both. It's the opposite of 5.56 NATO versus 2.23. If you have 308 Winchester chambering, you can run 308 Winchester and or 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO. Coming back to stuff stored in ambient temperature, pretty much everything other than stuff that has lots of water in it, you can store anywhere but in ambient temperature. Stuff that has lots of water in it, your canned goods, your stuff in jars, you don't want to do that because the freeze thaw. PHL, Shalom, PHL Knife and Tool. If you need some Kydex, you need to check out PHL Knife and Tool because one of the two Kydex badasses in the entire country that was capable of making me the marker holster for the whiteboard. So, constituted food. The freeze thaw degrades the food over time, and it will decrease both the quality of the food, the taste of the food, and the nutritional density of the food. So, that's a great question. What do you think is more important, a large group with smaller training or yourself with plenty of training? There's a threshold, man. It depends on how much training. A large group of people who know nothing can be very dangerous. But a large group of people who know a little bit can be way more effective than one person who knows a lot. And a group of who? A group of people from the retirement home, a group of 12-year-olds, a group of... It depends. Double tapping hillbilly, amen. So, what are you yelling about, toddler?
Dad, I don't want you.
Quantity has a quality all of its own. Exactly.
Mommy!
Shh. So, I would prefer a lightly trained group
Mommy!
to a highly trained individual in most circumstances. That being said, both sides of the coin, a highly trained individual depends on the size of the group. Are we talking a group of 8 people or a group of 80 people? So, I'll tell you this. What I want is for you not to be an army of one. That's what I want. I want you to find a group of people and you all to train together. The pony is right here, brother. Dog and Pony Show. There you go. I feel cheated. Where's the parade of ponies? T-Stam, it's right here. So there you go. What are some good AR manufacturers? I'm getting my first soon. Man, it's more like, are there any bad AR manufacturers? And what are you going to do with it? The vast majority of people will be well served with a Ruger, a Palmetto State Armory, a DPMS, a Smith & Wesson, a Delton. Do you need a Daniel Defense? No. Do you need a POF? No. Are they awesome? Yes. So, I'll tell you this, man. The rifle that I have been doing, or the carbine that I have been doing the majority of my carbine training with lately, is a Palmetto State Armory pencil barrel. And I'm telling you what, man, that whole gun, Paul, bless you, that whole gun, I mean, you've got probably a couple thousand rounds through it now. Cost me $500 from PSA before I started putting kit on it, and the thing rocks. I did a Patreon video on 0 to 100 meter, 100 to 500 meter, and long range guns, AR-15s and AR-10s, and no, 16-inch pencil barrel, and the thing is accurate. It shoots great. It runs like a freaking champ. I got that 3.5-pound PSA trigger in it. And it just is awesome. That gun is freaking awesome. So for $500, I mean, yeah, light, man. It weighs like nothing. Specialized versus jacks of all trade. That's like an army of one or a group. At some point, so everybody, and this is my basic philosophy, everybody needs to know how to run a rifle and a shovel. Those two pillars of what we do, okay? We have to be able to feed people and we have to be able to protect people. Everything else is contributing towards those two things. And so you got to be able to run a rifle and a shovel. Specialization of labor comes into play when we have enough people in our group where we can have one person that's the commo guy, one person, Timothy, bless you, thank you. One person that is the head gardener, one person who's the lead security person. Dan M, I'd rather have 2 basic ARs than one high-end one, but I can say that because we have several ARs. So that being said, I do think that there's something to that, and man, we're all over the place, and that's cool. I like that. Specialization of labor is important when you reach critical mass in your group. Until you reach critical mass in your group, you need jacks of all trades. Upstate New York, what are you sipping on? We already talked about that. Scissor tail from Moore, Oklahoma. And what part of upstate New York? Because Rockland and Westchester counties are not upstate New York, bro. Where are you? Just because you're outside of the city doesn't mean you're upstate. Where are you? What in the world were we talking about? 2 modestly priced guns versus 1 good one. I do think that there's something to be said, like Lucas Botkin from T-Rex Arms, which is the best brand perhaps ever. T-Rex Arms, it's great. Dutchess County checking in, almost upstate. Good job. New York half-ass prepper. Yeah, copy that. Let's go to Newburgh. Let's go see a show at the Chance. Let's go see a show. Yeah, maybe Mudvayne will come through again. All right. There's something to be said for having one high-end rifle. Lucas has made the argument that for what it would cost you for a good plate carrier setup and a good rifle and a good helmet with a set of nods and a good war belt and a good pistol, most people end up buying 10 rednecky guns that are, half built and a dozen pieces of gear that they don't really use. So I do think that that's a good argument, but you have to have the money to throw at it. And so again, kind of the push-pull here is I think it's worth, if you don't have a rifle at all, getting a $500 PSA and learning on it, and then getting an $1,800 Daniel Defense and making that your go-to rifle. And if when the Daniel Defense wears out or has a hiccup because the machines fail, you have the PSA as a backup. Or if the balloon goes up, you can hand the PSA to your buddy. So, have you seen the new Athena tee? No, I have not, Concrete. Shalom, by the way. Cameron, good night. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Sussex County, New Jersey here. Move. Horgarth. Thank you. Why do we got stickers in here? You guys are crazy. Thank you, Horgath. Alphanar tribesman. No, not no more. Damn flood washed. I know, man, that catastrophic boating accident. Ugh. Parts, extra parts, stuff breaks. Amen. Jay Johns. We got so many people in this room that are going to be on mission. I cannot wait. Crossbows for SHTF. If you live in a place where you cannot own a firearm or you find yourself crossways to the law where you cannot own a firearm, then I think crossbows make sense. I think in a hunting capacity, they can make sense. Yes, they're way more stealthy than a firearm. Here's my thing, and I think you guys know this. I don't believe that the vast majority of people are going to hunt, fish, trap, scavenge, forage their way to prosperity in SHTF. And so that kind of puts the kibosh on the hunting philosophy of use, to say nothing of the fact that within 12 months of the Great Depression hitting, the vast majority of land animals, wild land animals, were hunted to the brink of extinction, almost hunted to the brink of extinction. The hunting philosophy kind of goes away. So then you get into stealth. And are they effective for that? Absolutely. You know what else is effective for that? Suppressed 22 rifle. I'll leave it at that. Knives, tomahawks. What you need to do is recruit the revolting man and just have him be on your squad with 2 North Point axe tomahawks, so he can just run up behind people and then you're good to go. So, or spears, dope heathen, or spears. Spears in a ghillie suit, exactly. Compound bow. Now listen, I think that there is room for these things, but I don't want one as a primary weapon, okay? I don't want a crossbow instead of an AR. I don't want a tomahawk instead of a 308 bolt gun. What is your go-to 5.56 round? What grains, hollow points, or FMJ? Paul, I have an assortment. My loadout stuff, the stuff that I'm going to grab when it's go time, has 55 grain soft point ammo in it. And then I have one mag that is 50 grain ballistic tip. Hornady, very accurate stuff. And really, I think what you need to do is match the ammo to the weapon, because my recce rifle with that Hornady ammo, 100 meters, groups like that, like touching, half-inch groups, no problem. But really what I have stockpiled, most of it, is 62 grain steel core ammo. So, yeah, Concrete, there are mods on. There's several blue wrenches in the room. You got Badger, you got Tony John. So, NWA Prepper, Shalom, another channel y'all should be following. I feel bad for you if you're not following NWA Prepper, because he's my buddy. He's my buddy. So, what you should really be doing, if you have the option to be, we have a troll in here. What else is new? Just, hey, blue wrenches, make them go. NWA Prepper. November Whiskey Alpha Prepper. So, anyway, if you have the option to stockpile what you'd like to stockpile, you should buy a 20-round box of each type of ammunition and then match the ammo to your gun if you're concerned about accuracy. And I have platforms where I really want groups this big, and I have platforms where if I'm getting groups this big at 100 offhand, I'm very happy with that. So, but that being said, the bulk of what I have stocked is 62 grain steel core. But I have 55 grain FMJ, I have ballistic tips, I have lead point, yada, yada, yada. Concrete, I did not catch the link, and you should definitely email it to me. My ability to engage during a live stream is non-existent. Diversification, amen. Do you think the 300 blackout is worth it? That's a great question. I've answered that question several times, and I'll answer it again. Other than in a short-barreled platform, 7-inch AR pistol or whatever, not really. But, and here's why. And kind of my thinking on this has shifted from hell no to maybe, okay? When 300 Black first came out, it was exorbitantly expensive. Holy cow. It was incredibly expensive. Now, not so much. Pricing has come down quite a bit on 300 Black. Here's the thing, though. It's designed to shoot out of a short-barreled rifle or AR pistol, which is great. That being said, do you need that? AR pistol, what say you? Oh, we'll get there. Because there's a conversation raging there if you've spent any time on Patreon in the last week. Holy cow. But, yeah, we'll come to that. Here's the deal. What I don't like about 300 black is that when you run dry, I can't hand you a mag. When I run dry, you can't hand me a mag. So if we all standardize for 300 black, cool. If we have a palette of it set aside somewhere that this is our 300 black, cool. But if we're dependent, at least in part, upon battlefield pickup, it's not the round for us. If we are the type of group that we're not starving to death, but we don't have tons of money to throw at training, it's not the round for us. Tracy, good day. So I'm not diametrically opposed to it, but I think that in a lot of cases, what happens with 300 black is that you get some fantasy considerations into the weapons platforms for a philosophy of use that will never actually happen. Where do we get pallets of ammo? We do that at Prosperity. That's part of what we do is procurement and fulfillment. So how do you get the blue wrench? Sarah, I give you one. And that basically means that I know you. It's asking a pistol to do rifle work. Copy that. Solid copper. You know, I've never run solid copper in either 5.56 or 308, but I have run it in my 45, and I like it. Holy cow, those Barnes 185 plus P coppers are insane. Shalom, Frank. In fact, they went completely through the 3A rated lid to My Patriot Supplies food supply. So, Curtis, shalom. So, yeah. What are some good cheap optics? Vortex. The SIG Romeo line. So, Rip Curl, thank you. I bet. Oklahoma bushcraft and prepping. I think we need to be friends. Shoot me an email. November Tango X-Ray Mike Alpha Golf at gmail.com. Jacob, shalom. That lid was too ballistic rated. It was in little itty bitty fine print. You couldn't see it on the camera. I saw it. What about trade items? Philly Flash, copy that. Let's talk about that a little bit. Light speed BPMs. Can you blast beat that fast though? Just saying, can you? So, shave my beard to fit my mask for the coronavirus. If you ever, my wife has never seen my chin. My wife has never seen my chin. So, if you ever see my chin, oh, the poo has absolutely hit le ventilator, okay? Do you think a bayonet is worth having? Probably not. Are there instances where it would make sense? Yeah, possibly, but probably not. What were we talking about? Solid copper, ballistically rated lids, AR pistols. We were talking about that. Not shaving the beard. There was something else we were talking about. Lightspeed BPMs. Trade. Thank you, Philly Flash. Appreciate you, brother. I think that the vast majority of people's needs are going to center around food, potentially shelter, water for sure, water treatment, fuel to boil water, fuel to heat homes, water filtration, and sanitation. Bear, can I send you a bow? Yes, you can. To be fair, I know next to nothing about them. Sean, thank you. Sons of Liberty Gunworks. Everything I know about them is secondhand. I've never handled any of their actual product, but what I hear is that it's good. So, thank you for the $2 bill. I appreciate that. Action Jackson, shoot me an email. I'm in. Medical supplies also for trade. I don't believe very deeply in having precious metals for trade because I do believe that most other people, the normies, if you want to call them that, are not going to have precious metal to trade with you. And so I do think that there's an argument to be made that we need small denominations of precious metals to perhaps spin up a localized buy, sell, trade, barter economy. However, I think what people are really going to want is food. Yeah, toothpaste, toothbrushes, tweezers, rubbing alcohol, maxi pads, you know, floss, rice, beans, bullets, Band-Aids, you know, stuff like that. Alex Giles is in the house. Shalom, brother. Cigarettes, alcohol. I've tried to grow tobacco in Texas. Did a terrible job at it. Horrendous job at it. I have made, from time to time, some considerably good ethanol truck fuel. And the truck really enjoyed it. Coffee. See, I'm not trading for coffee, though. I may or may not have enough coffee to fill my living room. I'm not trading for it. I will give it to people I love, but I'm not trading anybody for coffee. Oklahoma bushcraft copy. So if you have physical wealth, I would use it as a wealth preservation tool, because gold and silver will never go to zero. Historically, they never had. Need some lessons on making truck fuel. Let's shoot a video, brother. Come on with it. Come on with it. I'm sure DHS won't mind while we're at this facility. Hey, what are you guys doing? We're making truck fuel. Mind your business. Anywho, if you're in a position where you're thinking about spending considerable amounts of money on physical wealth for wealth preservation, shoot me an email. I know some people that you might want to talk to. Otherwise, small amounts. Whoa. OKC RTAC 2, $65 at Midway. Bro, that is a phenomenal price. I have 2 of them. I love them equally. They're like children of mine. They're tremendous. That's a great price. Stormtroopers here. Shalom. Sanctified Industries for Without Rule of Law. No. Wrong platform. We'll discuss that at a later date. Burning Hearth Homesteads here. Awesome. And we got a guy who really wants us to have a bayonet. Okay, Mitch. Yes, everybody get bayonets. Mitch says get bayonets, so I retract all previous bayonet statements. Get your M4, affix bayonets, and everybody go out here, and we're going to parade with our fixed bayonets. Copy? Copy. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Mitch has won me over. Master Roaster, shalom. Spearheads. Should you get a self-defense pistol or a self-defense rifle first? Ethan, great question. Depends on where you live. I don't go anywhere without a pistol. And I'm going to get a bayonet to put on this pistol now, because you never know. Somebody might come through the door and stick that bayonet right through the fleshy part of their nose, and then retract and or just shoot them off of the bayonet. We could do that too, right? Precious metals are hard on my fillings. Nice. Half-breed guitar, shalom, brother. Man, we got all the blue wrenches up in here. I think if you live in the country and predominantly stay in the country, I do want a bayonet for the Lee Enfield. I dig that. Can we start a petition? Well, let's go to change.org. Everybody go to change.org right now. And I want to start a petition for Ian McCullum from Forgot Weapons to come spend a weekend with me so we can shoot content. I think that's fair, right? That's fair. Okay. Now that we're all in agreement, let's do that. I think that probably a pistol is a good place to start, because the whole reason we have the pistol is so that we can keep it on our person all the time, right? How about a good sniper rifle? A sniper rifle does not need a bayonet, although Mitch might get angry if we said that. So yes to the bayonet on the sniper rifle. We need bayonets on everything. Mom, put bayonets on the chickens, please. I want them all running around the front yard with little bayonets on them. So I think perhaps the pistol first, unless you happen to live in such a place where you never go to town, you're out in the country, and That's a whole new spin on a chicken fight, right? You just chicken nuggets instantly. Sean Michael, one last one. Thoughts on gasification for electric power and heating if needed? Seems a great way to cover your butt in off-grid situations. I think it's a great idea. I know about this much about it, though. I've done some research. Derek, bless you, brother. Liberal prepper in Portland. I will come there in one moment. I have the best words. They're tremendous. After we get done with Sean. So you're next, brother. Thank you. I know very little about gasification, but I have thought that if one had a wood stove, and in that wood stove, you put wood in it, and you built a fire. On top of that wood stove, there was a water tank in a closed loop that was tied to a thermostat. You could circulate with a 12 volt or 120 volt pump the hot water from that wood stove into radiators for radiant heating. You could also tap that hot water tank under pressure, pressurized by the pump, for the hot water needs of your house. Then you could capture the smoke coming out of the stack and then put that through a condenser for gasification, and then have wood gas to power a generator with or anything else. I thought that would make sense. If one could incorporate those three-ish things together, you'd have a product there. And I think gasification would be very, very cool if implemented properly, but I don't know a lot about it. What I know is mostly theory. I've never actually laid my hands on something that does that. Not saying they don't exist, I just don't know anything about it. Really know it with my own two hands. I've also thought that if somebody had a sawmill with a gas motor on it, you basically, as long as you can find oil to put in the thing, have a never-ending supply of fuel, because you put a gasifier on the gas motor that runs on the fall pieces from the sawmill, and it just keeps going. I thought that would be a great idea as well. So, all right, next. Derek Atterbury, really enjoy your channel. Been prepping for 8 years. Any advice for a liberal prepper in Portland? Brother, I don't know what your politics are, but I do know what your location is, and your politics really don't matter, to be honest with you. You're going to have the same issues as everybody else. Population density being the key issue. You don't want to be near people behaving badly. It doesn't matter if the people behaving badly are, right-wing extremists or left-wing extremists, or, Susie from the PTA who voted for Hillary, or Bobby from the grain mill who voted for Trump. If people are behaving badly, that's going to be your key issue. So my recommendation to you would be get your population density squared away. The same thing I would tell anybody else. You don't need to be that close to people. Come out of her, my people, lest you partake of her sins and plagues. Right? So get out of there. Yeah. Pastor Joe of Viking Preparedness is big on saying, boom shiitake, shalom back at you, is big on saying your two biggest threats in without rule of law are starvation and people behaving badly. I agree 100%. So you need to have food, and you don't want to be where people are when they're behaving badly. So Oregon, that's just one word, Derek Atterbury. Oregon. Can you dim these lights a little bit, please? I'd like some ambiance. Thank you. What is your favorite scripture? That's a really good question. I sign all of my correspondence Exodus 15:3. Yahuwah is a warrior. Yahuwah is his name. Because it reminds me, first of all, he's a warrior. So we are fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. So we need to suck it up, Buttercup, because we're warriors. Even when things are terrible, we're warriors. We come from warrior stock. Secondly, Yahuwah is a warrior. Yahuwah is his name, meaning that's his name for me and my convictions. If you read the King James, it says the Lord is his name. Clearly, the Lord is not a name, right? So, Yahuwah is a warrior. Yahuwah is his name. And so for the convictions that I have, believing the entirety of the Bible, it's an excellent reminder on those two core concepts for me. So I also really like the book of James. Super practical, tactical advice to people trying to live a life walking in the footsteps of their Messiah. So yeah, about that. Everyone here is awesome. Please pass the beans. Nice. What Bible has his name in it? The Kraken. I read out of the scriptures. www.isr-messianic.com. India Sierra Romeo messianic.org. So it's a blue book with silver letters that says the scriptures on the front of it. Dad asked if I can Jewish. The way that you Jewish appropriately is to whine and pretend that you have a head cold. And then so that everything is... So, yeah. Yeshua, yeah. Justice, yeah. I mean, that's... It's like, I mean... Anyway, we don't need to go down that road. The reason I have ARs is to be able to protect my family if people start acting badly. Precisely, man. How to become part of missions group. Dylan, as of right now, praise the Father, we are full. We are full for our spring 2020 deployment. And we have not yet identified a need for our summer 2020 mission. So right now, the best thing that you can do is get signed up at bearindependent.com, click the Doing Good tab, and then go to sign up for missions news. And then the next time we put out a newsletter saying, hey, we're going to go to this place and do this thing, you will get that communication, which means you can then sign up. So thank you for your interest. Really, thank you. Is there a way to donate to the needs of the mission? Yeah. Melvin Gray. Shalom, brother. www.grindstoneministries.com. There's an online giving portal right there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Bear, any tips for getting out of the city before SHTF goes full-blown? Kind of stuck at the moment. PHL, what you need are bug out indicators, bro. Part of what we do at Prosperity is work out bug out indicators for people. And meaning that you need to know for you, what are key factors that you need to be paying attention to. Like, I'll give you an example. One of the websites, and this is a freebie. You're welcome. You're welcome. One of the websites that we use is called The Real Streets, with a Z on the end, therealstreets.com. And what that does is it maps, I think there's 48 North American cities that it maps the territory of MS-13, the Latin Kings, the Crips, the Bloods, the blah, 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 the Cowboy Mafia. Anybody who's claiming territory, it maps that out. So you can see live maps of, hey, MS-13 says this is their territory. So you go there, you pull up your city, assuming your city's on there. You go there, pull that up, and then you can see, hey, if I have to bug out, I'm not gonna go down 22nd Street because this is Crips territory, and that's gonna be a problem. Why is that important? Because now that you know where they are, you can keep an eye on that type of activity, okay? When you see an uptick in that activity, that could be one of, out of 5, out of 7 bug out indicators that, hey, I noticed that there seems to be an increased presence of people wearing red on street corners in this area. That doesn't mean I got to bug out now, but it does mean that I'm paying attention. And that combined with, I noticed that fewer people are coming to work because of this Wuhan coronavirus, and the stock market just dove 1,200 points. And I heard something about somebody bombing a U.S. base abroad. Maybe it's time to start thinking about bugging out. So you need bug out indicators. Sean Michael, if you have the time, check out Flash 001 USA, great source for gasifiers. Copy. Bless you, brother. Thank you. So, stay survived. Copy that, man. Copy that. What are you planting this first season? Oh, man. I was challenged by a viewer via email to plant the farm, and we are going to. My wife just started greens, a dozen different types of greens, and we'll be planting corn, 3 different varieties of corn, green beans, pinto beans, snap peas, black-eyed peas, potatoes, onions, garlic, all the herbs, rutabagas. I mean, everything, man. Everything. PHL, copy, man. Copy. Copy. Watermelons, yeah, we're not starting those immediately, but yes, we have melons, cucumbers, tomatoes, lots of peppers, horseradish. We got more asparagus. We do have Brussels sprouts. Tank, the idea being that when we plant the farm that we want to use up as much square footage for gardening as possible. Asparagus, yes. Asparagus? I love asparagus. How short did... wow, it's gone already. Thoughts on the PSA Glock 19 released at SHOT Show? I think a ton of people are going to buy it. And it'll either be good or it won't be. But it's blatantly a Glock 19 copy. It's got, what, 99% parts congruency with the Glock 19. Hell, for $300, I kind of want to buy one. I mean, my wife's right there chugging water. We can see you in the mirror. Hydrate, baby. Hydrate. Take a knee. Take a knee. A ton of people are going to return it. Yeah, let's maybe wait for the Gen 2 on that one, right? Hashtag me too. Warbelt. She's working on stuff. She is awesome. Bear, if you're ever in Canada for whatever reason, you have a couch. Bless you. Thank you. Thanks, Mitch. $2.99. Did you see the suppressed Kel-Tec sub 2K? No, I didn't. I did not see that. I did see that PSA has the Kel-Tec sub 2000 taking Glock 17 mags for $349 right now, which is about $50 off. And I did kind of think, I don't own one. I've shot one. How often do I ruck? As many times per week as I can. Depends on the weather and my schedule, but anywhere between 2 and 6 times a week. But yeah, I like the sub 2K. Thoughts on the Ruger Security 9? I know nothing about it. I don't even know what that is. Is that a revolver like the Ruger Security 6? Have heirloom seeds will travel. Copy. Shalom, Shelby. We're well. How are you? Great deception, Shalom. How about a rucking live stream? I actually used to record videos while walking and a couple while rucking, and I got so many pants on fire people complaining like, Barry, you're making me motion sick, and I got to listen to you breathe, and your gear's flopping around, and I just keep hearing, and I hate it. It's terrible. So, what to look for in a rucking location? The first thing to look for is a place where you can ruck where people won't call the cops on you. The next thing to look for is I don't like rucking on an area that's perfectly flat and paved. So about half of my ruck is more or less flat and paved. The other half of it is off-road. If you can, you want to carry a rifle, because carrying a rifle, you don't get the swing of your arms when you're carrying a rifle, right? And so your core and your quads, for me, work a lot more because you're stabilizing all of that than when you're carrying a rifle than when you're not. Renee Stump. Who's Renee Stump? I've never even heard of that person before. Jeez. Yeah, you don't want to get arrested. You want to be able to carry a rifle. If you're in the burbs, man, put a, Joey, will come to the Remington 700 and 308. Put a ruck cover, a pack cover on your ruck, and then go get to work. If you can't carry a rifle, get a pressure treated 4x4 and cut it in half, 4 foot long. How do you sling your ruck for rucking? The same way I do any other day. In fact, I've got a video that's coming out talking about some tips on rucking. It's a YouTube video and talking about how when I have my rifle and a rifle slung, that for me, typically you're going to put the rifle in your pocket when you shoulder the rifle, right? Well, the problem with that is you got a strap that's occupying this space. And so I typically go much more Israeli when I'm rucking. When I have a rucksack on and I'm shooting a rifle, rather than putting the gun in this pocket, I have a strap here, so I'll move it here. Not dead center, but probably halfway in between the pocket and dead center, so it lands here. And that actually changes your sight picture. Not much, but enough. And so these are all just little things that you learn from rucking. But I just run it typical 2-point sling, the same I would any other time. So... Your wife did a great job on that wall behind you. Hey, honey, you did a great job on this wall behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. You did. It really looks good, doesn't it? These are foam. So, Ruger rifle that takes Glock mags. Oh, you mean the Ruger PCC, the pistol caliber carbine? I've not shot one, but I've held one. It's freaking heavy. Shaloha. Poor choices. Shalom. It's heavy. It's clunky. And it's about the same size as a Ruger 1022. Not that we have any. I definitely can't see any from where I'm sitting. We definitely don't have any Rugers. But it's about the same size as the Ruger 1022, but it's freaking heavy. It's heavy. It's as heavy, if not heavier, than a base model AR. Why do I want that size and that weight in 9mm when I can have 5.56? So, Renee says you're awesome.
Thank you, Renee.
She says thank you, Renee. She's whipping out her laptop. She's working on something. What are you working on?
Nothing.
The people want to see you.
Sorry.
They want to see your awesome bangs, man. Bear and Kyle show. We're working on that. We're working on that, brother. Well, I'll tell you what. A precision rifle can be heavy, but don't tell me this is a handy little pistol caliber carbine and it weighs 7.5 pounds unloaded. That's not handy. AR pistol versus handgun, SHTF. Rule of law or without rule of law? AR pistol and without rule of law. Pistol and rule of law. Thoughts on Lee Enfields? Mitch, only if they have a bayonet. If they don't have a bayonet, I don't want the Lee Enfield. But other than that, yes, I'm down with it. I do some self-training. Any tips? I have vids on my page. Any tips? I'll tell you what I've been running lately that's really been challenging me is the Bayer standard drill. B-A-E-R, not B-E-A-R. And so the way I've been shooting it, and they make targets for this, but I get 2 paper plates. So a paper plate, then an index card in the middle, then a paper plate. And so you take your pistol, you got a plate, card, plate. Okay? So from your holster, come out, 5 rounds on this plate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds on this plate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the mag, go to slide lock, so you have 10 rounds loaded, go to slide lock, reload a mag, chamber, card, 1, 2, 3. And so it's fast. It's bang, 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 bang. And it does a lot of things. There's a speed reload in there. There's target acquisition, there's course shooting to fine shooting all in one drill. And so the full application of the drill looks like a loaded 10-round magazine, 5 rounds on one target, 5 rounds on another target, drop that mag, load another mag with 3 rounds, rechamber, go to work on that index card, 1, 2, 3, drop that mag, reload another mag, this one will have 10 in it, rechamber, come back to compression, check, slowly, finger off the trigger, reholster. It's a very good drill. 5 yards is where you want to start, and then you can work it back. Mag retention if you want, if you're training that way. You can do either or. You can do the tactical reload or emergency reload, however you like. Mark Chase, shalom, brother. Bro, Captain Picard, Joey Jones, Captain Picard, that's all I got to say. Jean-Luc Picard, please, please. So that's a good place to start. I like that drill a lot because like I'm at the point now with the El Prez drill where El Presidente, Joshua Rose, what's up? Where I'm like, now it's just for time. Now it's just for time. Mozambique drill. I ran Mozambique and El Prez yesterday as part of a course of fire. Those are just for time now. I'm not dropping any of those. It's just for time. So you can increase the time, or I'm sorry, decrease the time or increase the distance. So Nancy says hi. She says, come on, homie. Come on. Luke, bless you. 54th trip around the sun. I like that. Where do you get your seeds? We got a bunch of seeds from the Burning Hearth Homestead, which is where I recommend you begin to get your seeds. Because they are a charitable organization, and he's a good brother. So you should go to Burning Hearth Homestead. Is he still in here? Are you still in here, brother? I think it's burninghearthhomestead.com. If not, he's definitely on Instagram. You should definitely Google him as well. He's got a website. So burninghearthhomestead.org. There it is. Right there. Can I pin that comment? Can we do that? No, I can't. Burninghearthhomestead.org. I would start there. Thank you, Badger. I will check them out. I'm addicted to buying seeds. Copy. And then we also got some seeds from Buzzard at Buzzard Roost YouTube channel. Last year, he gave us so much last year, we still had leftovers this year, so we're going to plant those. And then we got some seeds from another viewer who shall remain nameless. I know her real name. I'm trying to remember her screen name. Haunted. From Haunted. We got some seeds from Haunted. And then we got a big order of seeds from Baker Seed Company, right? Rareseeds.com. So, yeah. There you go. Renee, thank you. We will have a mission supplies need update this week. Bless you, sister. Thank you. Missions update. Okay. Copy that, Jacob. So the upcoming mission, all phases are fully staffed. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. We are doing 3 phases of deployments. Rookie, you're welcome. We're doing 3 phases of deployments, 3 3-day weekends, and we have all the people that we need. By the hand of the Most High, and because y'all people are awesome, this project is funded, which is incredible. So any additional funds that are coming in, and we're happy to have them, but any additional funds that are coming in will go to the general fund for the next emergency that pops up and or to cover our operating expenses. Right now, our operating expenses are covered by my wallet and people who send us checks each month because they love us, all of which comes from the Father. So frankly, it's nice to have a little bit of a war chest. We don't have a ton of money, but to have a little bit of a war chest where it's like, oh, can we buy fuel? Can we afford to buy? Oh, we can afford to buy this thing. That's awesome. So that's cool. So funding is going well. Staffing is going well. Partnering with local businesses, solicitation. Crazy Canuck has been going crazy in a good way on solicitation. He's been knocking it out of the park. Lowe's in Muskogee, Oklahoma has stepped back up again to assist us on this project. Kansas Building Supply, which is a local building supply house, has stepped up to partner with us on this. We just had a lot of good people assisting, man. It's really good, man. It's really good to know that we have what we need to get the job done. Like that, we're less than 2 weeks out. We're 12 days out to this first deployment, and knowing that we're sitting in a good position where we can afford to buy everything we need to buy, where we have all the people that we're going to need, and now we just need to get down to work. That's a great feeling. Because of y'all, there is a 14-foot tandem axle enclosed box trailer sitting in my driveway for Grindstone right now, which is freaking awesome. It's mind-blowing to me, and it's humbling to me. Praise Elohim. Amen. It's mind-blowing to me that Elohim, that Father Yah would choose me, would choose us to do this, and it's awesome. And for my whole life, I've earned what I have. And so to have the trust put in me for people to hand me things and say, here, be a good steward of this, humbles me. Because I'm not used to people handing me things, saying, here, go do good work with this. I'm used to blood, sweat, and tears, tooth and nail to make stuff happen. So, Mad Kelt, shalom. Yeah. Trailers, bodies, and dumpsters. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Joel Manolis. I'm contemplating starting a Yahuwah-centered preparedness channel. How did you get your start? That's a great question. Let me riff on that for a minute. How did I get my start? This is a story I've told before. If you've not been here for a while, this will be new to you. If you've been here for a while, you've heard it before, but that's okay. I was cooking dinner in my kitchen, listening to YouTube on my phone, and a Canadian prepper video came on. And it was like, I think it was like 12 ways you can find water in the city after SHTF. And the advice he was giving was going to get people killed, in my opinion. And that's all this is my opinion. And I started running my mouth about it. And my wife said, well, shoot a video. I said, yeah, that could be cool. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I could start a YouTube channel. She said, well, do it. I said, well, I don't want to do it. She said, okay. I said, but this guy's going to get somebody killed. She said, well, start the channel. I don't want to do it. Well, then shut up. Okay. Well, I can't believe he said that. Well, then start the channel. I said, fine, I will start the channel. And so I did. And it sucked. And after a week, couple of weeks, handful of videos, my wife pulled me aside and she said, hey, we need to talk. I love you, but you're trying too hard. That's not you on camera. Your videos suck. It's like, oh, copy. Thanks. She's like, you don't suck. Your videos suck. Quit trying so hard and just be yourself. You is what people love. People don't want fake you. They want you. And I had a background where you put up walls, right? And so the idea of being vulnerable on camera was completely foreign to me. And so I just started producing content, producing the kind of content I was hoping to see in the preparedness community, but wasn't finding. And at first, the channel had nothing to do with the father. And one day, the father just punched me in the forehead and said, "Hey, you will read your Bible." And I said, "Sir, I am already reading my Bible. Thank you very much." And he, "On camera, you idiot." And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And he said, "Yes, you do. You have a camera, you have a Bible, read." And so I began reading. And the obvious question was, well, where do you begin? To which he said, Genesis 1:1, dummy. I said, okay, yes, sir. And if you go watch the Genesis 1 video, I'm almost positive I utter the phrase, "I don't know what we're doing here other than I know that I am supposed to read my Bible." And I did. And I've not stopped since. And I have the bone deep conviction that that is a large part, if not the biggest part, of what I am supposed to do with this channel. And I talk about this regularly, I got an email from a guy one time. He said, "Bear, I've got you all figured out, man. You're just using this preparedness crap to get people to read their Bibles." You win, bro. You win. You caught me. You got me all figured out. Buy that man a steak. He's right. Because, listen, we can have all the cool gadgets and all the toys and, all the training in the world, but if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, you need to know Yahuwah, your Elohim. You need to have a personal relationship with Yeshua Messiah, and you need to be indwelt by the Ruach HaKodesh. And that prep is eternal. And so, to the effect that I can reintroduce people to the Father, I'm honored and humbled to do so. So I got my start by being obedient to the calling. Even though it was not comfortable, I was not good at it. I still don't think I'm very good at it. I see other people's channels and I'm like, wow, that guy's good. I'll give you a great example. The Ice Age Farmer should have a channel 10 times bigger than he does. Christian at the Ice Age Farmer is tremendously good at producing content. Why he doesn't have a larger channel, I will never know. And so I'm just humbled to be here. Andrew R., bless you. So, anyway. And Dylan, thanks, man. I'm not terribly concerned about having a big channel. One of the core concepts here is, Michael, good question. One of the core foundational concepts here is the 4 quarters philosophy. I would rather have 4 people that are really, really good than 100 people that aren't. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. And so when I see my subscriber count, what I'm hoping is that there's 68,000 people that are doing the things, not 68,000 people that are just watching for entertainment. So, Potato, bless you. Sarah, yeah, I haven't, I think he's into crystals now or something. I haven't really been paying attention. So, well, I don't know the man very well, but I do feel for him. And I can tell you this. There's a good example of why we should be on a low information diet. Arklatexa Homa Savage, Shalom. Why we should be on a low information diet. Why we should not react emotionally to things outside of our control. And yeah, be logical. Melvin Gray, 50-pound sacks of pinto beans. Puzzleman, bless you. And my hope is that people see Nose Maddox, bless you. Thank you, brother. Bless you. Copy, Okie. I'll see what I can do. Your low info diet is the CIA to normal folks. Yeah, that's true. You know, Tank, you make a good point though. I have sources that I take very seriously what I hear from them. But I only hear from them when I need to. Yeah. Yeah. What more can I do if my best friend is an atheist and doesn't want to listen? Jacob, you can do a handful of things. The first thing that you can do is live your life in such a way that makes it undeniable that the Most High Father Yah has his hand on you. Be the example. I'll give you an example of this. I lost a close friend a few years ago, 4 years ago. And another very, very good friend, one of my best friends, and I were on the phone, and we were tipping a glass and commiserating. And he said, man, and he was an atheist. And he said, man, I got to tell you, he said, I envy you. I said, why is that? And he said, because frankly, right now, my belief structure gives me no comfort. I'll never forget that statement. I envy you because right now my belief structure gives me no comfort. That created an opportunity for me to minister to my friend. And I don't believe right now that he knows Yah and that he's walking with Messiah. But I do believe he's closer to that than he was because of that conversation. So be the example. That being said, you cannot bludgeon people into belief. Belief is from the heart. It's not from the head. Cast not your pearls before swine. If he won't listen, that's fine. That doesn't mean that you disrespect him. It doesn't mean that you come to blows with him. But what it does mean is that there's somebody else out there that needs to hear what you have to say. Go give that time, energy, blood, sweat, tears, effort, testimony, witness to somebody who will receive you. There's clear instruction on this in the Gospels that if a house will not receive you, you shake off the dust against them and move on to the next house because you're supposed to travel. Our feet are made for walking. If this house won't receive you, you go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And you stay at the first house that will receive you. And you eat the bread that they offer you and you minister to them. If they won't receive you, not a problem. Shake off the dust off your sandals and get to moving, man. Go to the next place that will. The last thought that comes to mind is sometimes we are too close to people. Familiarity can breed comfortability, and comfortability can breed contempt. So your friend does need to hear testimony, but he probably is tired of hearing yours. Now, clearly, that's an ego thing. That's a condition of the heart. He doesn't want to hear what you have to say on the subject because he's been hearing it for so long. And so, unfortunately, your words, where you would think that because you have context and history with each other that he would listen to you, your words have lost their power on him. So you can pray for him. I would pray that the Father would send somebody else to witness to him. And I would pray that the Father would send somebody else to you for you to witness to. And then live a life that's an example to him of just how mighty and powerful and awesome Yahuwah your Elohim is. Just how good you are because you serve the creator of the universe. And if he finds comfort in believing in nothing, there's nothing you can do for him. So, that's my thoughts on that. Crypto Pirate, bless you. Thank you, Crypto Pirate. It's sleeting in OKC right now, and I have to be in Antlers tomorrow evening. We need more female prepping channels. Need to talk Miss Independent into starting one. She has homie biscuits. She does have some. Dang, brother, getting a question in with chat going 200 miles per minute is awful. I'm going to Patreon message it. You know I can't get my question under 150 characters in here anyhow. Copy Chasing Life. Send it to me and I will answer it. I may even make a video out of it. That's the beauty on Patreon, is that I can take my time there in answering somebody's questions.
Stop.
Sarah, good point. My wife would love more content from Homie. I know. So here's the thing. My wife isn't me. Praise Yah, she's not. And her level of comfortability is about one video a week. Whereas...
I don't even do that. I do like one every like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, but on Patreon you do.
Yes.
And so, Chasing Life, no problem. Are you going to wash that door? That's a good idea. You should do that. Whereas, break another pipe. Whereas, first day, Sunday, between first day and yesterday, I shot 18 pieces of content for YouTube and Patreon. Because that's how I do, okay? So, and that stuff will get curated and pushed out as it's needed to fill gaps in the schedule, because that's how we do things. Tommy Salter, bless you, brother. Bless you, man. I hope all is well in your world. I know it's been a roller coaster ride lately, brother, and I got you right here, brother.
No, don't.
Bless you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for us. I appreciate you, man.
No, clean the floor.
Gonzalo, shalom. Jarhead, I don't know, man. Thank you. More baby chicks, more oily info, more canning. Love it. Rare but wonderful. Copy.
Don't spray me.
The nutsack video almost killed me. That was a good one, man. I need an update on Hami's nuts. Sarah needs an update on your nuts. Young Narmer, shalom. That's awesome. Are y'all still using the same bag of nuts? Yeah, I'm still using the same one.
No, I did have to replace my nuts.
Your little sack.
Yeah.
How many loads was your little sack good for?
I did 8 loads.
8 loads out of the little sack? Okay.
Get another cheese stick. Yeah, we got 8 loads out of that one sack, but I'm saving my spent nuts.
Would you just talk to them for 1 minute, please?
House coat.
We love it when you're in your house coat. You gonna be able to get in that way with the cord?
Yeah.
Mommy.
What, Weasel? What?
I said mommy.
I'm mommy.
Okay. See, my hair's all messed up.
Your hair looks great.
Mommy.
What?
No.
You just
Go
want to
spray
be
nuts.
you just want to be annoying.
Okay, so
Tell them
I'm
about
saving
your
my
spent nuts.
saving my used nuts, so that I can. Shut up. I've got a little jar, and when my jar gets full, I'm gonna like boil them down even further, so that I can make like concentrated detergent, and or maybe I'll try grinding the nuts, because you know
Grind those nuts, baby.
that seemed to
Grind
interest
'em.
some people.
Yeah. Love it.
And because like you can use them to wash your dishes, like you could put it in there,
Copy, Tommy.
put a spoonful.
Ah! Baby has a spray bottle.
Stop it!
Hey, this can't get wet, okay? Go get Bubba.
So yeah, make some nut juice, make some nut powder.
You're gonna grind your nuts so you can make some nut juice?
Yes.
Okay. Dirty dancing video. Nobody puts baby in a corner, Jack Watts. Okay. So are you, the people want to know, are you gonna make some more nut videos?
I guess.
I guess.
Y'all want to see my nuts so bad. Y'all are all interested in my wrinkly, hard nuts.
See, you're one half of the magic here. This is why.
I know.
This is why they want you so bad.
I'm just a, yeah,
You're
just a pervert.
It's got this whole sack of nuts. I just can't wait to
Right.
play with them. They get foamy. Oh my gosh, and they're good for so many
No,
loads.
they're low sudsing.
Low sudsing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nut Talk Tuesday. Oh my goodness. See, you guys are awesome together. Exactly.
See, they're easy on the pipes because they're low foaming.
Oh, keep your pipes out of this. When you were like, they're all, that they're done when they get gray and squishy. I about died in that video. Oh my gosh.
Mommy,
What?
Mama and I won't let me clean this out. Clean the room.
Clean Nine's mirror, but very carefully. It needs clean.
That's a good idea. I'm embarrassed. You don't need to be embarrassed. It's fine. It's fine. Oh.
Yeah.
You two are slightly nuts. Okay.
Yeah. We are.
She is the what? She seriously is the hilarious one of you two. I know, Renee. Listen, y'all just need to come over and we can all drink wine out of sippy cups like you were talking about.
I have my moments.
Yeah,
Like,
you do. I know.
they're few, but when I've got it, I've got it. And
That was great.
yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Shalom, y'all.
Shalom, mama.
What?
Car fix help. Shalom. Yep, she's here. She's here. Oh, chasing life. Yeah, that kid doesn't know any better. She doesn't know.
But you gotta be careful. You can't push on it hard.
Bee nuts or deer nuts? Oh yeah, it's the State of the Union. You need Kydex sippy cup holsters. Copy. John Ishii, shalom, brother. Ward, shalom. That was nut-tastic. Tommy says goodnight. Arkla Texas Homeless Savage says, make more bread, homie. We have to make that bread video.
Okay.
We have to.
That's next.
Which is more imperative right now, finishing the bug out bag or buying an assault rifle? Finish your bug out bag. And then buy a rifle, because assault is an action. PJ Blanchett, copy. Advice on, what, is that your first, I'm guessing? Our firstborn, doing 9 weeks. Advice for a newborn baby girl. Learn to love not getting any sleep for the next couple of years. Barrett M82, yeah, what are you going to do with it, though? I mean, other than spend $7 every time you squeeze the trigger. Yeah, not one more inch. I've heard all kinds of ridiculous Oklahoma laws, but it's not going to happen. Guys, listen, we got to play with some silly putty. So things just got serious. The silly putty came out, so I'm going to have to go. Besides, been doing this for an hour and a half anyway. Renee, amen. All right, y'all. Shalom. Bless you guys. Thank you for being here.
Up your nose. No, I was just kidding.
I gotta go. The baby's trying to put silly putty in her nose.
No, I was just kidding.
Shalom, y'all.